Only a disclaimer, because YouTube don't play that. Everything I say is for entertainment purposes. Please read.
So we're gonna get into this GTA news. I ain't watched this, of course, but we're gonna see what they talking about. It's what is it? They channel People Make Games. So yeah, go check their channel out. They talking about what we be talking about.
Something disgusting just happened in the British video games industry. It's hard to think of a better word than that. I feel disgusted by it. It is disgusting. So, a few weeks ago, I was contacted by a group of game developers at Rockstar North here in Edinburgh. They wanted to talk to me about a union that they just started to form in order to push for better working conditions at the studio as it approached this final push towards the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. It was and still is called the Rockstar Games Workers Union, and things were going pretty well from what I was hearing at that point. They'd recruited just over 10% of the Rockstar workforce here in the UK, which is a crucial milestone to hit, because that happens to be one of the criteria you need in this country in order to apply for what's called statutory recognition. That means even if the company doesn't want to voluntarily recognize your union.
And then that's what's so crazy. A lot of our rights and a lot of our laws they're not the same, but they derive from the same place. So I don't know, it's just crazy for injustice like this anywhere. I don't like injustice. I really don't. And I'm saying it very mildly. I really feel like people should be left alone, if anything, bro.
It doesn't matter, the government can force it to do so. Now there's other criteria you need to hit as well, but that 10% membership, that's a biggie. So things were sounding hopeful, right? The union was actually just getting ready to announce its existence a bit more.
Like, I'm really getting anxious because my activist side is like, I know he looked like he for that. And I only say that because my discernment, I have very strong discernment. That's my fruit of the spirit. You know, do your research. I've been honing that for a long time. I've been prone, not prone to that for a long time. You understand me? In the zone of that a long time. You understand me? Fresh off work. I mean, going in an interview tomorrow to 4 jobs. This job is strictly for like my daughter. I ain't even
publicly. In fact, they were going to break that news on People Make Games. I was going to come up here, interview.
She don't even know what I got planned for her.
Some of its members, talk to them about what they've been up to, about what they were planning to do next, and that was all going to happen a little bit later on this very month. And then, out of the blue, I received this email from one of its organizers. Hey Chris, as of yesterday, roughly 40 employees, specifically all members of the union, including the majority of the organising committee, have all been let go from Rockstar without warning, without proper due course, or any reasonable process. These firings were picked up by...
So, let's run that back.
Bloomberg later that same day with Rockstar's... specifically...
the full context.
I received this email from one of its organisers. Hey Chris, as of yesterday, roughly 40 employees, specifically all members of the union, including the majority of the organising committee, have all been let go from Rockstar without warning.
Without proper due course or any responsible process. It's horrible. It's absolutely just, we don't like it. We don't like it. I think we should do away with it. Russia doesn't do it anymore. They don't do it. They get to the bottom of it. You know, they do things very different than we do, but they get to the bottom of it, and we need to start getting to the bottom of things. Not like Russia, not like that. In our own way, like never before. You get what I'm trying to say? We need to like, bro. It should be a push. It's enough people in the world, bro, for it to be a push for like when people get done wrong. Like, why is it nothing? Like, people don't really care, bro.
Without proper due course or any...
And I'm not saying everybody. People don't really care. Majority of the people.
Reasonable process. These firings were picked up by
Because if majority of the people did care, it wouldn't be like that.
Bloomberg later that same day, with Rockstar's parent company Take-Two claiming the employees had been fired for gross misconduct and for no other reason. Whereas the president of the Independent Workers' Union of Great Britain, which the Rockstar Union members were all a part of, offered a very different perspective. Rockstar has just carried out one of the most blatant and ruthless acts of union busting in the history of the games industry. So what the
Which brings me to my next prediction. Allegedly, this is just my standings and my standings on it. I feel like if Rockstar was wrong with this, and these union reps were in this Discord chat that we're about to get to, I'm pretty sure they're gonna get to that. But real quick, this is gonna be the lawsuit of the century, bro. Like, because
fuck just happened? What gross misconduct could have possibly justified the immediate firing of dozens of workers in this way, with zero warning being offered beforehand? I've come to Edinburgh to meet those fired workers today and, well, to try and find out.
I need a lineup.
It's currently a Thursday afternoon, just coming up to lunchtime, and around this corner across the road is the offices of Rockstar North, where you can see a demonstration is just starting to take place in which the fired union members...
That's where all the magic happened. That's where it's at, ladies and gentlemen, the headquarters. We don't know if the games are made there. We don't know about all that. You know, they got South, Rockstar Up, they got Rockstar Turn Around, Bend Down, Get Around. But like, I really just hope one of my favorite game developers don't end up like everybody else, bro. And when I say everybody else, I mean every other company that they just snakes, bro.
Members have come together to rally support and to...
You ain't gotta be a snake, bro. You already got billions. You already got billions and billions of, you know, you got pounds in the bank. Understand me? That's what I'm trying to get through to you. But you still wanna pummel, bro. You still wanna beat them all upside his head. No reason, man. I'm telling you, fam, it's no reason. It's no reason for it.
Speak to their co-workers who remain at the studio.
I was hired
try and go
as
get
a
some
junior in
food.
2016, and for the past 9 years, I could not have hoped for a better group of colleagues, mentors, and most of all, friends. I grew from a graduate.
That plant is dope in her head. What is it? That's dope. I like that.
To a senior, every day living and breathing Rockstar's games, Rockstar's technology, and Rockstar's community. They became a part of me, and I of them.
I don't like
On
Rockstar.
Thursday, when I was fired without warning, without process, and without representation, I felt like a part had been ripped out of me. I was not even allowed to say goodbye. I was in complete shock. Shock that the company to which I had given so much of my labour, my passion, my creativity, my care, myself, would kick me out the door so aggressively.
Can you talk to me what's going on here?
Dang.
Why are you here today specifically?
So
For shame.
since we were fired last week, myself and
Bro.
many of my colleagues who were fired, and
Could you imagine, like, just getting fired, bro, is crazy, bro. Getting fired is crazy, bro.
many members from the company have been
Yusuke, you good, bro?
out at lunchtimes here, sort of having conversations, trying to tell our side of the story and make people aware of what's going on. And today is like the big day for that, where we're trying to sort of show that there's broad support from outside as well.
And I feel like ain't nobody else covering this, bro. Ain't nobody else gonna cover this, bro. I float above it, I hover it, bro. I'm the mother shit, bro. Where she go? She gone. It's the daddy shit. No Diddy.
Well as from within the company, and this is our sort of...
And I'm in the crib, covered up, you feel me? You don't say nothing about, you know, you ain't getting this shit. I'm a man. And on top of that, like, Get off me.
Big.
Get in the comments and do your own homework on people who wear a shirt and crib all the time.
Day to like
What I pay rent for?
make them think about what they've done to us.
The chant that's happening right now is say sorry, be nice. What's that in reference to?
Say sorry, be nice is a sort of Rockstar slogan. It has been for many, many years.
They going against company policy. They going against boy, y'all tripping. I can't believe it, and I can't believe it because Rockstar, they've had lawsuits. No internal lawsuits though. An internal lawsuit is ugly. A civil lawsuit is crazy. A class action civil lawsuit is just.
But it does not seem like, at least in this instance,
Allegedly.
the company is interested in living by it.
Say sorry, be nice.
Since the company is interested.
Almost thumbnail,
living
maybe
by it.
thumbnail, maybe thumbnail too.
Say sorry, be nice. Stand up for workers' rights. Say sorry, be nice. Stand up for workers' rights.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name
No, I don't want to
on
do
it
that.
just by thinking about it.
Because I tried this app before, brother. I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna see if it worked this time.
Meet Base 44, a complete
Well, I paid for it, and after I paid for it, I had to cancel it. You understand what I'm saying? I had to cancel it because it wasn't working properly. It wasn't proper. Not at all.
Inside that building right there, and the one over there. But they are scared.
I don't know what that building.
They're scared for their jobs and they're scared to speak up, and I can't blame them for it. But I'm not, and clearly none of you here
Got
are
food, bro.
either.
I had that prediction, bro. They
But
got
they're
food, bro.
scared for
Slap it.
their
I ain't say
jobs and they're
food.
scared to
They don't got food.
speak up, and I can't blame them for it. But I'm not, and clearly none of you here are either.
From your perspective, this is because you're a union organizer.
Well, it's hard to deny the connection that all of us in the UK who were fired were union members. I think I've been vocal about my stance as well, so I was not surprised. I didn't expect anything like this to ever happen because of the strong union protections in the UK.
Yeah.
But I suppose I'm not surprised.
And by the sounds of it, you weren't a
Man, I gotta do something about it, though. We gotta do something about it. You can say all that, or do something. You can say all that, or do something from the comfort of your own chair, or your own living room. You know, but it take more than one. It strengthens numbers always. Don't ever think that. I mean, people can do it by themselves, but you really don't do it by yourself, though. Like, think about it. Like, you don't just do it by yourself. There's some people who do it themselves, and unfortunate outcomes come out. Like, it really don't be like that, bro. Everybody get a door open for them. Certain places, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying everybody. Somebody has something good happen to them, bro. I ain't never met nobody or saw nobody that ain't had one good thing happen to them. I'm just gonna say. Now, let me quit, because people gonna get in the comments.
million miles away from statutory recognition when it happened, right? You'd hit 10% membership. The kind of end goal is in sight, at least, when this took place.
Yeah, we were very close, and I don't know if you know, but there's some new laws coming in 2026, the Workers' Rights Bill, which would have changed how the process is done, and it would have made things even easier. Like, the things were hard right now, but they would have changed the process. So, in my personal opinion,
I didn't know that they got it. Yo, shout out! Look at her Leaf Village. Look at her Leaf Village pendant. Oh my goodness, she's Hinata. That's so Hinata, bro. Look at the Lee Village pendant, bro. Just take some time, bro, for an anime moment. We will have these briefly on this channel, in this community. We will take time for other things also. We'll discuss that, but for now, until further notice, we will take.
If this was gonna happen from management
She
side,
got the thing in her head too, the little plant.
now was a good
It's
time
plant.
for next year.
I don't know what kind of
Can
plant
you give me an
it
idea
is, plant.
of your own personal circumstances in this? What does being fired
And do not get it twisted. I'm very intelligent. I just don't know what type of plant it is because I'm not putting my mind to it right now.
in this way mean for you as an individual?
If I have gross misconduct on my CV, on
You
my resume
don't.
for the rest
You
of my life, that
don't.
is
You
a
don't.
huge
You
detriment
don't.
to any
Because we
future career
suing if you
prospects.
do on
Something
me.
important to notice as well is
Because how can you have gross misconduct on your... I don't know how I go over here though. You right. This ain't America. That ain't America. So like, I don't know, like, but like, that's crazy if like you can, like, what if they just don't like me? And they can just put that on my... Nah, that ain't right.
shame to be kicked out
Shame.
of work this way. Like, all of us still want to be here. We want our jobs.
Shame.
We want to finish what we were working on. And now the
She from the Lee Village. I'm rocking with them way heavier now, bro. Like, I was already rocking with them way heavier, bro. But now I'm really rocking with them, bro.
internal shame you feel of, you know,
I'm really
having
rocking
this
with them,
gross
bro.
misconduct with you forever.
Y'all think I'm playing.
It's
so
hard to
serious.
explain.
Finally, could you talk to me
Man, they need a new,
about
look at
the
they filter, bro.
the sprout here? Because I feel like if I don't give context
That filter crazy, I ain't gonna lie.
to our audience, they're going to see a lot of very angry Pikmin fans, and I don't think that's what's going on. So what does the sprout mean?
Yeah,
Dinky.
It's the seedling emoji.
Dinky filter.
It kind of became like our unofficial symbol
Bro,
of
it's
support
a
for
flat-
unionization.
Oh,
So
they just said what it was.
it kind of became like,
What does the sprout mean?
yeah,
They're going to see a lot of very angry Pikmin fans, and I don't think that's what's...
Did the man just call it a sprout? Oh, it's from Pikmin. Okay. Take a moment of silence for video games, bro. On this channel, we would momentarily and briefly hold moments of silence for video games and anime. Other things will be discussed in the future, but for right now. Can we please have a moment of silence?
going on. So what does the sprout mean?
yeah, it's the seedling emoji. It kind of became like our
The
unofficial
seedling
symbol of support
Jumanji?
for unionization. So we would see it sprouting up in chats, if you will, and kind of like the union, like it's sprouted by itself.
In your speech, you talked about how, you know, this wasn't just a normal job for you. It's a company that you devoted, like both of you have devoted like really significant amounts of time to. Could you just give me a bit more a sense of what that means, what it feels like to be fired from a company that you've both basically spent a decade at, and to then for it to end in this way?
It's safe to say that I think
It's safe to
we've all
say
gone through all the stages of grief. I think
we've
the
gone
thing
through
I
all
felt-
stages of grief.
I think there's more coming.
That's true, yeah.
Bro, look at that
So
filter,
far,
bro.
but yeah,
No, bro, we're not letting you get away with that, bro. That mug mush on that side. It's mushed on that side, bro. Why is it mushed? Shmoosh. Why is it smooshed, bro? Why is it smooshed, bro? It's smooshed, bro. It's crazy.
I think there's more.
Get it out of people's face, bro. That filter, bro. Y'all got... I ain't gonna lie. Anybody has money for that, bro.
Coming.
Anybody.
That's true, yeah. So far, but yeah, I think immediately in the meeting, it was just this profound sense of loss. Not only this career we've been building, but also the idea that we thought that we
And I'm only making light of this, bro, and I'm joking because they in good spirits, bro. If they was on that, you can only go as far as your brother or sister. You me? You them? You me?
could build a better workplace, work directly with
Me be me? You gonna be me, and you gonna be me.
our workers, but also work directly with the management in doing that. And at every opportunity, I think we were.
My niece told me that, bro. Shout out Nedra, bro. My niece told me, she said, you don't be mean to me. I really didn't do nothing to her. I'm like, I ain't being mean. Yeah, when you sleep, you be mean. Tell me I was talking about sleep. So I'm like, I didn't know. I'm sorry. It's talking about sleep. She borderline genius though. Now she acting up. My mama tapping that. But you know what I'm saying? That I digress because what they redact, union busting before redacted. We got union busting before redact. What?
We were trying to adhere to policy, try to do things in a way that doesn't ruffle feathers, that does things that, as far as we were concerned, aligned with the company's values. And then for this to happen, it raises a lot of questions about where our values are.
I knew he was going to bring it back at it.
Obviously, to be fired immediately with gross misconduct as the reasoning, with no process attached to that.
Bro, you know how they say, like, you get the gab, the gift of gab is like you can talk to people, or like Jedi mind tricks because I'm animated, so you're gonna buy my product. That don't work with me, bro. I don't know who that, and I know some people just animated. When you protesting though, I ain't gonna lie. When you protesting and you do this, not the journalist. When you protesting like him and you trying to get a point across, bro. I've done it, but it was mimicking my homie though. I ain't gonna lie. It was like an insider though. It was funny.
For that to happen to an employee in this country remains reasonably high. How confident are you guys in fighting this?
By the time I had left the doors, I had already been contacted by the IWGB legal team, and by 10 a.m. we were all in a Zoom call, like discussing what had happened and what they were already sort of putting together, outlining what was going to happen next. So it immediately became clear we were in very, very good hands. It feels like, at the very least, procedures that should have legally been followed were not.
It tend to be like that in a lot of places.
Working today, the energy, the excitement, that spark that made this place so special is now shattered. And I know I'm not the only one who feels this way right now. I know I'm not alone. And it's heartbreaking because right now, when we should be more united and focused on the project than ever, most of us are scared, hurt.
Like, bro, delivering the food, like, hold on, he like, oh yeah, they out there. You see him though, he know what's going on, bro. He at the perk. On the 20, he at the perk. On the 20, you feel me?
The situation helps no one.
I'm on the 20.
Can you like very quickly describe like what the relationship is between IWGB and the Rockstar Union for people who don't understand how that functions?
Yeah, of course. So the IWGB, the Independent Workers of Great Britain, is an independent trade union in the UK. We have a lot of different branches covering Uber drivers, delivery riders, foster carers.
Bro, look like he about that mess. I ain't gonna lie. He look like he could play in movies. I ain't gonna cap. He looked dope though.
Charity sector and then also games. So within the game workers branch, we have a lot of affiliated workplaces. We just won our first recognition agreement with Sound Studios, which I believe you covered.
Yes.
And we support.
Bro, is that Lance Armstrong? Is that Lance Armstrong, bro? He looked like Lance Armstrong, bro.
Pay, terms and conditions, overwork is often a big one. And we do what we can to support workers to unionize.
Now, of course, the details on what's happened here are still like worryingly, ridiculously limited. So we'll get around to that later on. But could you describe what the next steps are going to be? Like IWGB is going to help the union through what comes
Jason
after this. Like, what is the process going to look like? What are you after? What's the immediate goal?
Oh, they almost went to
the immediate goal here is very
Jason
clear.
Statham.
It's the reinstatement
not really though, but Jason Statham
who've been fired, and 3 workers in Toronto. We know that.
They fluffed out the filter, bro. He fluffed it out. He noticed it. The cameraman, like, bro, fluffed it.
In Canada are working to support. It's a reinstatement.
Go to the store.
It's full compensation for pay loss during this period. It's clear accountability for the way these dismissals have been handled. These very clear, unfair dismissals without procedure, without evidence. So clear accountability from the company and a commitment to following employment law in the UK in the future.
So today the appeals have been submitted.
You see how the new transporter got his point across. And I say new transporter in all due respectfully. I ain't gonna even lie. But you see at the end of this conversation, then he got animated. That was the bottom line. When he said, what? Watch, bro. I think it's a game.
Employment law in the UK in the future.
So today,
clear accountability from the company and a commitment to following employment law in the UK in the future.
You're gonna take accountability. When you're gonna take accountability.
So today,
now.
The appeals have been submitted in order to ask the company to do that voluntarily. Let's say that doesn't end up happening and Rockstar ignores those appeals, rejects them. What happens then?
Them boys about to get roughed
What happens
up.
next is up to Rockstar. I just want to be really clear. Like, we've been outside the Take-Two offices this morning with a pre-breakfast rally. IWGB has turned out in full support with people across our branches.
Big flares smoke in their face.
Who are outraged to see this.
That is not good to breathe in like that.
Today, you can see behind us just the strength of feeling and support, not just from the workers in this workplace, but from trade unions, from communities that are local and that are shocked by this behavior. We've just
I like his animations, bro.
The ball is in their court to respond.
I like his animations, bro.
Amicably, right? This is in the end, this is a.
Yeah. So what would you do? Even if it was somebody close to you or down the street from you, bro, and take into accountability. This is about a video game. Nobody's covering this stuff, bro. But the people who covering, I can't get over there. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't travel right now overseas for real, unless I move somewhere. You feel me? But I don't know, bro. I just feel like there's not enough action being taken, or enough investigation being done. There's not enough people angry about this. But like I said, they not angry right now. We're not gonna be angry. I don't care about the game to a certain extent because I know it's gonna come out. But just why did y'all fire them?
Egregious.
It can't be about because they wanted a little more money or they wanted some bonuses. I feel like, but just think though. Just think, get your name on the biggest piece of media in history potentially, and it could be the AI route. We don't need y'all no more. Y'all trained our AI for us the whole time y'all was making the game. Y'all trained the AI. Yeah, y'all did that. Before you say anything, your bags are packed. No more, we do swing shit with, that locker that you was using. You don't have to go back to the break room. None of that. They own that. That's the type of stuff that they will be on. I'm so serious, bro. Did you hear the lady say she couldn't even say goodbye to nobody or to the other people? And then the people they kept, is it just a matter of time for them, bro? Does no big company value their employees, bro? Why do we let them get away with that? And I don't speak for my job at all, because I am well taken care of and I'm very happy. But my job is humane, bro. And I finally found somewhere I could be at, bro. And then I'm pretty sure they did too, bro. How you get fired from? That's crazy.
To be honest, shocking. I have never seen a thing like this, not just in the game sector, but in UK trade union organizing in the last 20 years. This is the moment where they can make that right. These are workers who just want to go back to work on a game that they love. If they don't, they've seen what they have to contend with. The force of public feeling is against them on this, and we'll continue to put pressure on them through legal, through demonstrations.
Oh, they got the one that stars.
About what these workers
I was about to say, put another star up there. Prediction. Bro, my predictions are going to be grand. Keep track, bro. They're going to be grand. The ad snipes, they're going to be crazy. Do your research on ad snipes.
Make them pay, or if they offer, generous settlement amounts, that is still a price they're willing to pay to kill a union. If that is true, and if that's what you're up against, how does the British Games Union movement ever succeed when you're up against that kind of financial heft?
I mean, this is what I was going to say, is that I think we're in the fight of our lives, and the thing that really, I don't know, I guess when I go to bed at night, the thing that I always think about is that they'll have accounted for the press. They'll have accounted for bad press they'll get. They'll have accounted for delays to the game that will result from having fun.
And let me say right here, bro, these interview questions are absolutely adorable, profound, terrific, awesome and good. But like, it's just like, you feel me? Do you understand?
Hired 31 essential workers that have accounted for the money they might
Do your research on journalism.
have to pay to settle in court, and they've decided it's worth it. What they will never have accounted for, and something that I have never seen management account for, is the bonds that people feel in their work, their willingness to stand up for each other and fight.
You both sound
The
like you said
strength
the
that's in
bond.
a collective of people willing to put themselves at risk, willing to put their voices in the mix and stand behind them. And they don't account for that because they don't understand it. They've never seen it. We haven't seen it in the games industry. They've never seen it in their boardrooms.
You need
They're
to
about
send
find
a
out what that
girl
means.
through that joint.
And I think that's something that they don't account for because they can't.
So some of the power that you're going to rely on here is not just the people standing outside there, but the workers that are still
Send mans to go through that thing, bro. He gonna be
inside Rockstar that are equally furious about how their colleagues have just been treated.
100%. And the union's grown in the last week here, which is something incredible for me to see, you know, like it's really, really encouraging. It's really amazing. People inside right
Bro
now
got
are
all the
afraid
spotlight.
to talk
He ain't
about
got a
the
good
union. They're afraid to
15
talk about
minutes.
the facts of what's happened.
Good
But
13
they're still joining
minutes,
us.
50
And they're
minutes.
still putting their voice to this.
Yeah.
We're also going to need the support of the public. We're going to need the support of the gaming community.
Y'all got,
I think it's
bro, y'all got our support, bro. Y'all have our support, bro. Y'all do, bro.
It's all of us.
Reach out. Reach out, bro.
Anyone who cares about not just GTA 6, but games as a whole.
No, we care about you.
Union memberships are rights.
This is Pod 5, the first fully
So sad, bro.
immersive sleep system.
So sad.
Intelligent, adaptive.
It's not intelligent.
No,
Or
the last few
adaptive,
days-
man. You gonna wake up, the joint's gonna wrap you up. Like, what are you
So we
doing?
have
I don't
seen just-
need my blanket to be alive too, bro. Y'all doing too much. The blanket don't need to be alive. Doctor Strange in this. Who is this? Boy, I don't know who you are. Boy, I know who that is. Well, I ain't
A
answering.
crumb of additional
Doing
context
YouTube
for this gross
videos.
misconduct charge via a new statement, this time coming from Rockstar itself, which claims that the employees were fired for, and I quote, distributing and discussing confidential information in a public
That is
forum.
just horseradish. That's just horseradish.
I spoke to the president of IWGB just before publishing this
Tell
video,
him.
who told me he believes this is
What does
actually
he believe?
referring to a private Discord server the
He don't
union's
know.
members were using alongside some folks from IWGB to organise their union activities,
Right.
something he says should have been protected by British trade union legislation.
This looks like nothing more than union busting. There's a clear pattern as to the people who've been affected by this. You know, the way they're calling it is like this platform. They weren't on these big open public forums kind of spouting secrets on the company. This was on a finite union Discord in which people were discussing their material conditions at the company, and they should be legally protected. To do
Legally
that.
blind.
And it looks like they're essentially
Legally
trying to
blind.
decapitate the union when they see it's gathering momentum, when they see it's kind of passing this 10% threshold, when they can see it's picking up, and instead of actually thinking, oh, our workers are unionizing, clearly there's something we should engage with.
It's been a pick up now, bro. Y'all got the everyday community behind you. Y'all got the whole gaming community behind you, bro. No need to worry. It's all. We are here. Fret not.
Steamroll it and
Fret
completely
not.
gut the company of a union so they can continue with the behaviors that we've seen have been deeply problematic and toxic.
And I bet £5 that they don't say anything, but we're trying to be very reasonable, and we were very kind to the people, and allegations were, and we are very crappy as a company. They ain't gonna say that. They ain't gonna say that, bro. They're not gonna come out and say that, bro. What is that? Bro, what is IWGB, bro? The Independent Workers Union of Great Britain. Get like, bro.
Exact reason why.
He the president. This is the president. Bro, who else is covering this, bro? Drop a like, bro. Drop a comment. Tell me how you feel about this, bro. This is the president of the union saying, like, Take-Two is wrong. Ooh. Ooh, Lord.
Why working?
We might not get GTA 6 back.
Started unionizing. I think what Rockstar
we might not get
have
GTA 6.
done is just proven out in the open what the workers were actually trying to counter behind closed doors. They've just
we might not get GTA
to be very public about this. You know, the workers were actually being very respectful of confidentiality.
They still being respectful
within these.
I swear they being, bro. They being real respectful, bro.
And showed the whole world exactly what kind of company they are without the workers having to do that.
We did, of course, ask Take-Two and Rockstar whether or not the public forum they'd referred to was this Discord server being used by union members and some IWGB players, and they very quickly let us know they'd be making no further comment. Alright, the demonstration has just wrapped up, and I'm hit by a few things that I've seen today. First of all, these people are not going down without a fight, whether that's through Rockstar's own appeal process or perhaps much more likely.
And see, that's how you get something done, bro. You take a lot of people with you. You know what I'm saying? You be civil about it, man. You be real. You got to be humane about it, man. You got to be justified, man. You got to be courteous, you know, still, even though you're hurt, man. You got to be civilized. Hide your pride. Don't let the love die. I'm telling you, it's gonna be by your side. I'm legally blind.
An employment tribunal. But then there's the other side of this. To what extent has Rockstar already prepared for everything that has happened so far? The protests, the backlash, the potential
Not really. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know their laws. Their laws are kind of like, my granny, if she was, it's not they, it's their laws. Is it their laws? Or they got to be hiding behind something. You ain't got enough money for the union president to be against you. Now that got to be, what's the point of the union, bro? Come on, bro. You got explaining to
the damages they may need to pay if it's found that they've broken the law, the settlement offers that might happen even before we get to that point. The worry is this is Rockstar doing exactly what it knows it can do, because it's a company that's about to release Grand Theft Auto 6 and rake in billions of dollars in the process. What price would this company be
I
willing
love
to
his
pay
journalism.
to snuff out
I
a
like
union
you,
movement
bro.
before it's truly got going, and to put the fear of God into anyone who may consider joining that kind of movement going forward? If that is the case, if that is the calculation that has already been made, this story cannot go untold. That's why we're going to be following whatever happens next and reporting on it in order to
All right, y'all. So, like, really tell me how y'all feel about this, bro. Because I really feel like I'm gonna be the only one covering this. This the new thing on this channel for a minute. We're gonna be covering other stuff, but this is gonna be the main thing on this channel for a while. And I need y'all to like this video. I need y'all to subscribe, and I definitely love y'all for helping me grow this community, because it means everything. You know who you are. The people who've been watching these videos, you're a star. Don't lose your humanity, because we see people do. Don't let money change you. You might smell like poo. But shout out to people who make games, because they cover stuff. And I love y'all.